Spreadsheet skills. How helpful. Joining Worksheet, Vlookup. The following video shows the joining of Worksheet by Vlookup in the platform of Apache OpenOffice Calc. Suppose there is an inventory planning table with columns year, item number and quantity. This information can be used to generate an inventory planning report with the column item description added. The column item description may further describe what item is in the inventory planning report. The item description can be found from the item table with columns, item number and item description. In the item description column, use Vlookup. The first parameter of Vlookup is the how is, the Vlookup base. In this example, it is based on the item number. In this row, it is the B2. The second parameter of Vlookup is where is the Vlookup looking at. In this example, it is in the item table with the range from A2 to B3. A $sign is added in the range from A2 to B3 to indicate it is the absolute cell reference. More information on cell reference in the second part of this video. The third parameter of Vlookup is which column is used to fill in the current cell. In this example, it is the second column of the item table. After this step is completed, pen is displayed for the item description with the item number 1. The Vlookup formula can be copied to the other item description of different rows in the inventory planning report. In this demo, Ctrl+C is pressed in the keyboard to copy in the spreadsheet. And the range of item description of different rows in the inventory planning report is also specified. In this demo, Ctrl+V is pressed in the keyboard to paste in the spreadsheet. You can see the corresponding item description is added to different rows in the inventory planning report. You can also see that the first parameter of Vlookup is the relative cell reference corresponds to the different item number in different rows of the inventory planning report. And the second parameter of Vlookup is the absolute cell reference corresponds to the range of item table looking at the item description. Cell reference. In the platform of Apache OpenOffice Calc. Two main different types of cell reference. Relative cell reference. Absolute cell reference. Relative cell reference. The cell reference will be changed accordingly relative to the current reference. For example, it is B2 when it is at row 2. It is B3 when it is at row 3. Absolute cell reference. The cell reference will not be changed relative to the different current reference. For example, it is A2 when it is at row 2. It is also A2 when it is at row 3. How about this? A2 when referring at row 2. A3 when referring at row 3. Absolute reference at column A in this example. How about this? A2 when referring at column C. B2 when referring at column D. Absolute reference at row 2 in this example. Summary report, pivot table. In the platform of Apache OpenOffice Calc. What is pivot table? Consider an example. Item quantity refers to the year and item number. This presentation is like one-dimensional, but may present like two-dimensional. Pivot table. The following video shows the summary report by pivot table in the platform of Apache OpenOffice Calc. The pivot table can be created by data, pivot table, and then create a pivot table is created with year as column and item number as row. A total result is included for each item number and each year. What is next? How to digitalization. Knowing the roadmap may be one of the most Important factor for the success of digitalization. You can request the Digitalization Strategic Roadmap by the link in the description. Request the Digitalization Strategic Roadmap yet?